If my breath softens when he looks into my eyes, would he think me weak? If I long to be his captive, would he think me a throwaway kind of a girl? If his poetry makes my skirt rise, would he rest his words between my thighs? Give me your hand, the moon says to me. I'm in an open field, the grass shimmering silver under this orb of night, round, ripe, ready. I hover with her, waiting to be picked from black sky, nocturnal fruit yearning to fall at my beloved's feet. I give my hand to the empress of midnight. She jerks me up, then to the side, just like my grandma used to when she lost her patience. That was back in the old country. My hair was cut short like a boy. Moon face, that's what the kids called me. And now here I am, facing the real moon. She leans closer. I jump on, straddling her camelback softness, holding on to her white dress, moon riding. We're not moving, but the planets around us are spinning around us in this mighty waltz. Swaddled in her silk light, I confess, I want to know, if I kneel at the edge of his soul, would he be embarrassed? If my limbs splay open when he says my name, would he enter? If I press my foot into his collarbone, would he flinch? If my mask cracks, would he recognize me? If I throw myself at his feet, would he touch my hair? She gives me that liquid look and I turn into warm water. All my questions just drain into the ocean. And there they rest and mingle, and some of them are eaten by exotic fish, and some just sink so low that I will never find them. And this, she says, is as it should be. The point of questions is food, not answers. She waits for me to anchor, and then raindrops her trumpet voice into my ear and says, next time you lose your way in the maze of asking, stop. Spread a magic tablecloth over the picnic table of your need to know and invite the forest creatures to a feast. Sit with them, eat, dance, lay with them. Make compost out of doubt. Turn longing into light. Let your swaying skirt sing. If this word warrior is your beloved kin, he'll hear the call and gladly walk into the waves of your cicada skirt, his yin. She lets my hand go. I hit the forest floor, my bare feet running deeper into the virgin underbrush, the dark yoke of ancient trees, mushrooms, chaparral, blackberries, untouched by man. I run until my toes feel the firm brown moisture of soil as dance. I press my feet into earth and stand in a shaft of her pearl light. One renegade grasshopper hits the first note on his gypsy violin, and my chardash begins. Chardash is a Hungarian dance, kind of a wild dance. Slow fire rising up my spine, burning through one hesitation at a time, abandoning one fear after another, unwinding into a column of luminescent bright, untaming into a blaze of poem, offering myself as wild light, inviting his eye to lay on top of me, to press himself into my music, to leave his footprints on my soul.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll do just one more, which is, this one, you know, it's called Disobey. And I feel like we're going to need a lot of that energy. And since this is a room of so many young people, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but this is probably, I should read this in a room of more older folks. But anyway, I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Why do we speak the words that have no relief? Why do we inhale the must of dead flowers? Why do we shake hands with thin-lipped politicians? Why do we lean on hot stoves? Why do we ignore burning flesh? Why do we force our faces to pretend? Why do we hide our dissatisfaction? Why do we cut our sighs down to size? What is this elevator music tragedy we repeat on each other day after day? By rote we ramble from task to task, one heavy thud after another. We climb up the chain gang of accomplishment. We chase the future with torpedo tenacity only to be boomeranged back into the past, completely missing the revelation of this moment right here, showing us that for all that we strive, for all we cry, for all we demand, for all we hunger, for all we beg is already ours. This dream of life's sweetest treasures is at our doorstep now. But our eyes, sinking with regret, shaking with anxiety, dart over the flaming sunset, skim over the voluptuous moon, graze only the surface of our heart's call. And why? Why do we lie? Why do we fake out, flake out, fuck out our children's beauty, demanding good behavior, good grades? Good God, have we no shame? How far will we go in the name of propriety, in the name of comfort? Yeah, I say comfort. Is it not for our own comfort? We want the young ones to keep their rage in check, to keep their age in mind, to keep their dreams in black and white. We've gone too far. Missionaries of madness, we aim to tame the animal of freedom's wildfire. We force our children into prisons of politeness and are ever so pleased and proud when they willingly show up for roll call. Is our comfort that important? Is peace really the goal, or is it just a holding pen for passion? Do we really sleep better when our children do as they are told? How dare we brand their spirit with the X of disapproval? I will not lynch another child's soul with my white-hooded reasonability. I will not lynch another child's dream of invincibility to protect my clannish comfort quota. No, I will not be a responsible adult and teach lessons of submission to burning crosses. Fuck that. So all you parents, if your little Johnny or your little Sue is saying, thank you and may I and please, watch out. Don't let them near me because I will ruin all your good works. I'm taking sides. My alliance is with the little angels of revolution. Seeds of disobedience, I praise them. Unruly ways, I cheer them on. Unabashed enthusiasm, I encourage it. Gleeful games, I invite them. Disruption of quietude, I relish it. When our children say no to our tepid toys and our paltry planning, I rejoice. When they yawn in the face of our history books, I celebrate. When they refuse to spell words that don't excite them, I cheer them on. When they roll their eyes at the meaningless numbers of social arithmetics, I bow to their wisdom. When they wince from our false words of comfort, when they recoil from our insipid instructions, I sigh in relief. I lay offerings at the altar of their disobedience, and I pray, may they never shake the hands of conformity. May they shout with abandon at the first signs of burning flesh. May they always show the sneer of dissatisfaction in the face of unlove. May their passionate protest against civilized uniformity be the only proper thing about them. May their smiles cost them nothing and their outbursts bring them joy. This is my prayer, so help me God. I give the world to our young ones. I give the world to the still awake, who have not forgotten they are free, who march through the streets of corporate corpses, ringing the bells of revolutional rhapsodies, untaming the spitfire spirit of sedition, unchaining unduteousness into waves of sacred delinquency, their young blood rising into full-grown glad soldiers of non-compliance. To them I give the world. In them I rest my dream of young hearts shining brighter than old habits, of fresh love triumphing over false obedience. To them who know the difference between love and obedience. To them, I give the world. To them.
Y'all give it up one more time for Doc Marstein solo on the mic. Thank you. Thank you so much. Powerful words. So many powerful words tonight. This has just been wonderful. We got one more quick one for you. I'm gonna close things out. Thanks everyone for sticking around. If you haven't stuck around for nothing. We have Matthew's in the house with us tonight. Matt Pelletier. And he's going to get up and do a little something for y'all. So do a little something for Matt. Give it up.
I have been one acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I've looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet when far away an interrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night. Yeah. Acquainted with the night. Woo! Yes. Usually been doing my recent poems for the last few open mics. I'm going to do one that I wrote my freshman year at college about 4 years ago. I was in a super weird state of mind, and this all flowed out. Stream. Carved contour format for polluted streams, strained capillaries encroach in milk, water snakes and polluted streams, waterways yesterday and milky sky in the expanse, amorphous lids, horizon and outline, protruding streams and capillaries, the waterways of yesterday and waterways yesterday, today straining wrong journey, water snakes in our waterways today and yesterday, hasty changing desert snakes, scarf the noose neck and whipped by wind as water snakes and waterways of yesterday, snuggling burrows dug of atmosphere, lashed airways so long shaking backwards to yesterday. Take time, ceiling, folds and paper, our senescent texture, our tactile senescence, infinitely decreasing exposure time, photoreactive cranial gut, squiggling bodies, nature, context, pain or delay, wriggling savior, water snake, little divine effort atop the capillary waterway, anticlimactic, can't quite second, only fed and never forked, amorphous cloud horizon, same water with no way wayward for speckled garbage, oceanic, inorganic follicles of yesterday, dust, today dust, fascination with eyes, hadopelagically socket grown, but dust dissolves, irritates, seeps, crater fiberglass eyes, carving sockets for capillary veins and reds, black winds out and pressure deep floats and her vicious soldering face together and beauteous. I skipped along. Snake, sinuous, fleshy line on 70% water and polluted remainder, invasive species are fears on 70%. We need to lose our necks to width and wind, penetrate fearful rivers, streams, fish, smelling chemical drowning showers of rich have sources and future filtered, but still. This text is so small. I can't. actually gonna leave it at that. My phone's not gonna be working. How many of y'all keep dream journals?
Oh, yeah.
Right, I'm starting a project that compiles people's dream journals, poetry with the associative logic of dreams, paintings based on dreams, write-ups based on different dream states, lucid dreaming, astral projection, you name it. Come here next Wednesday and share that stuff with me. I'd love to use that in my project. Thank you.
Y'all keep it going for Matt Pelletier up here. Thanks so much, Matt. That's awesome, man. And a great rendition of that Robert Frost there. Somehow, yeah, it's still very poignant tonight. Cool, thanks everyone for coming out tonight and being part of this very cathartic Wednesday. We'll leave you with a few points here, but it is last call at the Kava bar, so get those last drinks in while you can, and pay your tabs, and don't forget to tip your barkeep, and always keep checking us out each and every Wednesday. This is Stealing Sugar from the Castle. We are poor students who stay after school to study joy. We are like those birds in the India mountains. I am a widow whose child is her only joy. The only thing I hold in my ant-like head is the builder's plan of the castle of sugar. Just to steal 1 grain of sugar is a joy. Like a bird, we fly out of darkness into the hall, which is lit with singing, then fly out again. Being shut out of the warm hall is also a joy. I am a laggard, a loafer, and an idiot. But I love to read about those who caught 1 glimpse of the face and died 20 years later in joy. I don't mind your saying I will die soon. Even in the sound of the word soon, I hear the word you, which begins every sentence of joy. You're a thief, the judge said. Let's see your hands. I showed my calloused hands in court. My sentence was 1,000 years of joy. That was a poem by Robert Bly. This is a poem by me. I wring out my laundry in the rank world. Blackbirds fly in and out of an open window. For centuries, distress was my dwelling place. I looked skyward and dreamed, head resting in an open window. Tall buildings and street poles block my view, so I throw all of my possessions out of an open window. Kings and lobbyists lie down in palace corridors. A falcon with a note appears at the open window. Rulers cannot be trusted. Nothing has changed. A bandit steals my soul and makes through an open window. Beside the oak bookshelf, there's a wine bottle filled with peacock feathers. The invisible world lies just beyond that open window. Thank you. One night a man was crying in the street. One night a woman was crying in the street. Allah, 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 Allah. Their lips grew sweet with praising, until a cynic said, I have heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to this. He quit praising and fell into a confused sleep. In his dream, he saw Hitter, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage. Why did you stop praising? Because I never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. The grief that you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs no one knows the names of.